The only way I'm going to get through this police blockade peacefully and successfully is if we raise our arms in the air in a submission type form. This is the only way. We're going to go this way now. Oh my God. Okay, less than half an hour ago there was singing, there was music, there was kids, there was families, there was everybody. Everybody minding their own business, having a good time. Now look at the scene. Police absolutely everywhere. We're just after coming from a street down the way, coming up to see carnage all over the place. Pools of blood on the path. It's sickening. I can still feel the tear gas in the atmosphere. What's it all about? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I mean, I'm sure we're going to see much more of this madness later on in the day.
We saw the pacifists holding their hands up. We were near them, and the balaclavaed people, who obviously the police, were. But I was stuck against a wall, so when they fired their gas, we just fell down on the ground by the wall. But they just caned over. My body was covering my friend's head, but they just hit me about 8 times. But luckily I had my bedding roll over most of my head, but they just hit my hand. My head has changed shape, and my shoulder won't move. I was no threat to them, and there wasn't anywhere to, we were just trapped, so there wasn't any way to run to. Yeah. And so we'd gone to the square, which was supposed to be the peaceful square, and was supposed to be the pacifist square, and there was just music and food and, and then it just changed very quickly in a way that I'm not used to. I've been on demonstrations in Britain, but it's a different tactics. Different tactics.
As I walked around Genoa, I began to see the amount of damage which was being done to the city. Most of this destruction was perpetrated by anarchists. Many of the peaceful demonstrators were opposed to the use of violence or destruction to private property. Looting was taking place all over the city, and many took this opportunity to stock up. The anarchists were leaving a trail of burnt-out cars in their wake. I still hadn't found the Irish group, and I was trying desperately to get to the Convergence Centre, a meeting point by the sea for all the protesters. The Italian police at this point were very unhelpful, to say the least. Kennedy, is it? We've been able to get out, and we're now here on our way to the coast, where we believe our campsite is. I don't know actually what the reception is going to be like when we get down there, because just even behind me I can see police cruisers going up and down. Oh, and another great thing is we just found out that all our bags have been left on the coach, and the coach is miles away and it's not due to come into the city until tomorrow sometime. So not only have we no change of clothes, nothing to clean ourselves with, we have no sleeping bags or a tent. So I think the beach is going to be our home for this evening. I eventually managed to reach the Convergence Centre, where for the first time that day I got the opportunity to eat. A few drinks were had to calm my nerves after my eventful first day in Genoa. I was told that I had to stay in the Convergence Centre that evening, as it was far too dangerous to even attempt to try and make it to the campsite. This is our potential dwelling for the evening. I don't know if I like the dogs, to be honest with you. The next day, spirits were high as the main demonstration started off, but there was much anger to be seen amongst the protesters because of the events of the previous day and the shooting dead of a young Italian man.
There's 2 reasons why I came to Genoa, like kind of ideological, change the world's reason, and also practical, like what actually can be achieved in this sort of protest. My main aim is to cancel the world debt. The third world debt basically is 19,000 children die every single day. It's the most pressing humanitarian need of our day, and to me that is an aim that is achievable.
I hope what all of this weekend has shown is the brutal reality behind the veneer of democracy of the G8. I mean, they were the ones who created an atmosphere where violence was likely to take place, with 15,000 riot police, with air-to-ground missiles, with aircraft carriers positioned off the coast.
I'd had a hectic 2 days, and I was glad it was nearly coming to an end. The demonstration had been relatively peaceful, the sun was shining and the atmosphere in the streets was great. I decided it was time to relax. I was later informed that our bus driver was too frightened to enter the city, and so I'd go on yet another night without sleeping bags, tent or a change of clothes. That night I had slept in a disused gym which was part of a sports complex. Many protesters had camped outside. Tension could be felt because word had spread that the Independent Media Centre had been viciously attacked the night before by the police. Also, an Irish protester had been jailed for possession of a penknife. We're meant to be meeting up with the bus today, finally, so we can change these filthy clothes that we've been living in for the last couple of days, get our stuff and get back on the road and go home to Ireland. Get some sleep, proper sleep.
This does not pass. It stops here. And I promise you, that that will happen. Because people won't let people being murdered go by. And also, I hated at the social forum, they talked about how it was the fault of the black bloc that one bloke was killed. No. Did the black bloc kill him? I don't think so. The police killed him. And then yesterday, they smashed the Indie Media Centre because they said it was bias.
Had anything really changed? To be honest, I'm not sure. I was just glad to be on my way home to a comfortable bed and a warm cup of tea, far away from tear gas and riot police. I'm sure the demonstrators felt that they had achieved a great deal even though they failed in their attempt to shut down the G8 summit. And who knows, maybe even the G8 learned a thing or two from all that had happened that week in Genoa.
La 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 la.
Is that